In this visual argument, I would like to argue that I absolutely would not want to live the life of a March sister because ridiculous societal expectations of manners would restrict my individuality as a bold individual, and helping others regardless of our own condition would not always be the best choice, which will lead to loss of precious matters around me. To begin, in Little Women, womanly skills are positively depicted. Mrs. March regards plain cooking as a useful accomplishment, and Mr. March tells Meg that he appreciates Meg's womanly skills that keeps home happy. Under the influence of such parents and society, the March girls also grew up thinking this way. In fact, Jo claimed that she will become a little woman and do her duties. She also reminds herself that she should be proper and stop at home. However, I do not want to be grown up with such limited perspective, thinking that the domestic duties were the best I, as a woman, can achieve when there are more than what I can just see. According to Dr. Boardman, the only acceptable work for women was domestic in the Victorian era. The reason for this was that women had to possess the transcendent feminine identity. This means that we would not be able to pursue our dreams. For instance, I would like to pursue studying sciences and travel overseas as I grow up, but I would not be able to do so if I was a March sister. Although proper behaviors continue to be important, I would not like to conform to such manners based on genders. It would make me lose my precious dreams and values. Furthermore, the Marches help Hummels by giving their clothes and breakfast as a Christmas present, claiming that they love the action of loving their neighbors more than themselves. Although these altruistic actions seem very immoral, one should consider that the US in the Civil War experienced rapid inflation. Inflation made the lives of civilians harder with inflated prices of common goods. Meanwhile, many women during this era made bare living sewing with scantiest wages. The research implies that the Marches, with their father in the army, should have been financially suffering, but they still helped neighbors around them. Although I admire their actions, the question here is to what extent should we be altruistic? When considering the circumstances, I would have felt very heavy-hearted, as I would have been pressured to help even when the condition didn't permit me to do so. Thus, I don't want to live as a March sister. Balance is important in every aspect of life, and if it is lost, there will be no more days of diversity and order.